Welcome everyone, Gaming Retro here, and not too far from where I live in Omaha, Nebraska. There is a Goodwill, and it is not a normal Goodwill, it is a rather special Goodwill. And I have not seen too many quite like it. This one is basically dedicated to computers, computer components, electronics, and that sort of thing. It's called Goodwill Goodbytes. And it's right here. It's in this kind of warehouse area of the city. It's a rather unassuming building here. And I end up going there probably once every couple of weeks now. I don't always buy something. And in fact, it's actually gotten pretty rare, but back in the day, a few years ago, you'd find some much older computers and big box games, and even though that has disappeared, it seems like for the most part, and maybe I'm just going at the wrong time, they still have some interesting stuff, some peripherals, and you never know quite where you're going to find, and kind of like with LGR and his series on thrifting, it's kind of like a scavenger hunt or, treasure hunt. You just never know what you're going to find. So I thought I'd take you all inside Good Bytes, the recycled computer store, just to show you the kind of things that the store has. So this is actually a compilation of a couple different trips. And inside you've got some interesting and most often random stuff, like karaoke machine here. You never know what you're going to find right in the entrance for sure. Turntables, usually just past those. I don't really know enough to fix those, whatever is wrong with them. Usually the best stuff is kept in the cabinets, but on this day, there really wasn't that much to look at. They tend to have more of their high value stuff here. But again, it seemed kind of picked over. I didn't really find anything in the cabinets I was crazy about. There's another cabinet though that had, you can see the graphics cards here, memory, some other stuff. GTX 260. Yeah, I'm tempted every once in a while to pick up one of those video cards or sound card or something like that, but you never quite know what you're going to get. There is a lot of cables, a lot of DVDs, a few computer games. There's always some sim games here, it seems like, that no one ever wants. Big box games, there are a few, and there were a few this time I went, but nothing I was all that interested in. They have shelves and shelves. Not a huge place, but big enough, and they've got a lot of stuff, a lot of random stuff on the shelves. Every once in a while you'll find something that's worth taking home. I was tempted with those upgrading PC for dummies. Let's wander here back to the back corner of the store first, and they've got a whole bunch of CDs, a lot of music CDs actually, a few computer games mixed in. Didn't see anything too interesting. They do have quite a few records. I don't collect those, so I didn't really look that closely. And then, yeah, a lot of electronics, VCRs, DVDs. I always look for one of the laser discs, but I have not been lucky enough to find one just yet. The computers that they do have tend to be, a few years old, generally in the maybe 5 to 10 year old range. Typically run maybe about $100, $150. They occasionally do have some cases, some keyboards. Rarely do they have keyboards that aren't fairly new, but it does happen every once in a while, and I found some actually new old stock keyboards at Good Bytes. Iffy power supplies, never pick up those because good chance they don't work. Yep, always have to play with the knobs on those data switches. And I have actually gotten some data switches and some under monitor surge protectors that still work from Goodbytes. I think the thing that I was most tempted to get were these Boston speakers. There were also some Altec Lansing that were kind of enticing, but yeah, I mean, unless they're in really good shape, I generally go ahead and pass on the speakers. Like these guys down here, these Altec Lansing, I think those are $495s. Definitely a good speaker set, but you want to get new, or at least have it look in better shape. Looking at the memory again and the cards, yeah, I almost picked up a couple of those, the 9800 GT and so forth. It's not so much that you're gonna go in there every time and carry away something that's really valuable, but every once in a while I've found things. I've probably found a couple dozen big box games, that and just some other random stuff that you never know what you're gonna find. So it's kind of keeps drawing me back, is just kind of the unknown and the fun of thrifting. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and catch you next time.